Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be answering the crucial question of how can you go out and eat at restaurants without hindering your fitness progress? And stick around for number 5 because I think you're going to find it interesting. Don't mind my face. I'm actually just coming off of doing my first ever kickboxing tournament, so I'm a little bit bruised, but trust me, it looks worse than it feels. So don't worry about it, and let's get into the video. So the restaurant question comes up all the time as a personal trainer, and rightfully so. People want to go out, they want to enjoy food, they don't want to feel like they're restricting too much, but they still want to achieve their goals. And I know when you go to restaurants, it can either feel like you're restricting too much or like you're throwing everything out the window and you're going way over left field and just eating whatever you want. So in this video, I'm going to give you some actionable advice that you can actually use for eating meals out while you're trying to lose fat or while you're trying to become healthier just in general. So before I get into the list here, I think it's important to say that one meal is not going to ruin your progress. One meal out is not going to make or break your fat loss journey. So it's okay to enjoy food sometimes, but you need to keep in mind some of the main principles and the factors that go into your fat loss journey. So that being said, even though you can go out and enjoy some food, going out for a meal at a restaurant should not be a free hall pass where you can eat like an asshole and run your calorie count up sky high. You need to go in knowing right off the bat that the food you're getting at the restaurant is going to be much higher calorie than the food that you make at home. The goal of the restaurant is not necessarily to make the food healthy, it's to make it taste good and to keep you coming back again and again for more. So here's my first tip of the day, and this might come as a shock to you if you're new to the channel, but plan ahead. So what does planning ahead mean? It means looking at the website, seeing what kind of food they have available to you. Is there something that's more health conscious there? Asking yourself these questions ahead of time are going to be crucial. Knowing what kind of food, what types of options you have. At the end of the day, the decision of the food that you choose at the restaurant is your choice. So you can't get upset at yourself because like, oh, I chose this over that or this over that. Planning just eliminates the guesswork and you're going to be much more successful long term. So tip number 2 is going to be to focus on high protein meal options and try to avoid the deep fried proteins if you can, because that's going to run your fat content way up in the meal. But either way, you should be focusing on high protein. Most people are low protein anyways, so getting in more protein is going to be crucial to your long-term success, whether that's a fat loss goal or a muscle gain goal. Protein is the building blocks of muscle. It's also very satiating and it's going to help to boost metabolism. So please don't skimp on the protein. So tip number 3 is going to be to make substitutions in your meal and to get your high calorie sauces on the side. So let's take like a blackened chicken salad or a Caesar salad, for example. What you could do is avoid getting deep fried chicken, get regular chicken instead, and get the actual Caesar sauce on the side so you can control how much of that sauce you're actually putting on there. The most high calorie part of a salad is generally the sauce and the toppings. So if we can have a little bit more control over how much of that sauce we're putting on, we're gonna automatically lower the amount of calories that we're consuming in that meal. Another example of this would be, say, a burger, where you could get the burger on a lettuce stack and you could also get the sauce of the burger on the side, and that way you have a lot more control over the total calories that you're consuming during your meal. You'd be amazed at how much these little edits can really affect your total calorie intake by the end of the week, especially if you're somebody that has to go out for meals frequently, like say a real estate agent or a lawyer. So number 4, and I hate to do it to you guys, we got to talk about the elephant in the room, which is alcohol consumption. Alcohol consumption, any way you cut it, has a negative effect on fat loss results, so it's always best to abstain if you can, but if you can't, here's my advice. Have a limit for yourself of 1 to 2 drinks and make sure that those drinks are lower in calories. So try to avoid high sugar cocktails or really dense unfiltered beers. Go for a lighter beer or a vodka soda, stuff like that. Once you've hit your personal limit of 1 or 2, then switch to non-alcoholic beverages. So either a virgin cocktail or a non-alcoholic beer is always a really good choice. Once again, I would try to stay away from high sugar drinks though, as they are gonna run the calories way up. So yeah, just as a reminder guys, if your goal is fat loss or just improving your overall health, that limiting your alcohol consumption is always gonna be a benefit. And I know that's not what everybody wants to hear, but that is the truth. And number 5 guys, and this is actually a big one, this is a bonus, which is tracking your food. A lot of people are like, how do I track my food at a restaurant? I don't know how to do this, I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna tell you how to do it right now. So if your goal is to lose body fat, I would just look up that exact meal in something like MyFitnessPal or whatever app that you're using and find the closest result. And there's gonna be a list of results. There's gonna be ones that are low calorie, there's gonna be ones that are high calorie. If you're trying to lose fat, pick the high calorie one, always round up. If you're trying to gain weight, you can pick the lower calorie one, basically just meaning that you're giving yourself more allotment for that day. But try to find something that's very comparable or that you feel is very close close to that food that you're eating that day. If there are no entries for that food in there, then I would break it down into the components of the meal. So say, once again, if it's a salad, break it down into the lettuce, the chicken, the sauce, the croutons, and find those exact foods in there and try to ballpark exactly how much of each one you're having and just do your best. Even a rough estimate is gonna be better than just not tracking it all, because I want you to be mindful about the food that you're eating when you're eating it, and that's how you start to learn and become better in these situations. And if this feels like way too much for you guys, or you just feel like you can't do this on your own, then I would highly recommend seeking out a coach, whether that's me. I'm gonna leave my link to my coaching application in the bottom there, or if you work with somebody else that you know a little bit better, having somebody to hold you accountable and to help you through this learning process of learning, how portions are, how much protein you should be eating is always a super crucial step. And I would highly advise that everybody work with a coach at least once in their life, because I firmly believe that the benefit that you're gonna get out of it is gonna be so huge and life-changing that it's worth the investment. So I hope that was helpful, guys. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, please plug them down in the comment section. I would love to answer them, and I will answer every single comment down there. I'm gonna be making more videos like this as well, so subscribe to the channel, make sure you leave a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.